Spotlight, where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. With me, your girl, Chilesha Joyce Mukonta. It's always exciting to be here. I'm telling you, I always look forward to Saturday 18 hours. I hope you also do. So remember to share, to like, to comment, and tag somebody to say the spotlight is on. So today our special thanks goes to Kamajo Enterprise, which is found in Solwezi, for hosting us. For hosting us. We're so grateful. Yeah, for hosting us. So all of us have had moments where we have felt lost, we have felt confused, we have felt so unmotivated in life. And I think at the very beginning of our lives, we usually feel like we have so many options at our disposal. Like, okay, you know what? I can become a doctor, I can become a teacher, I can become a lawyer, I can choose this pathway for my career, I can do like all of these things. But the older you grow, you begin to feel like you have less control over the options that you felt you had at the beginning of your life. Yeah, it begins to feel like you have less control over the options. And a number of us start to get confused with which path should I take? Is really this for me or not? And some of us have already taken pathways, like already picked a path for ourselves, and now a lot of questions are still running in our minds. This is because it's been hard on the career, like on the path that we have chosen for ourselves. It's been like challenging, it's been hard, and there's been a lot of rejection, and for some of us there's been a lot of failure in that pathway. So you sit down and you're like, was I really called to do this? Is this really for me? This medicine thing, this business that I chose, is this really for me? This marriage thing that I've gotten myself into, is this really for me? Because it's been more like we are on a rock bottom, and some of us are finding it very difficult to navigate through their career paths or the pathways that we have chosen for ourselves. Like, we are really struggling. So one thing is for sure, the journey was not meant to be simple. It was not promised to say it was going to be simple. I usually sit down and tell myself to say, if Moses or if the children of Israel were told at the very beginning to say the promised land is actually occupied by people, and if they were told to say, as you leave Egypt, you're going to find the Red Sea ahead of you, and at some point you're going to find a Jordan River ahead of you, and you'll find the Philistines, you'll find all of these things. There will not be water as you go, food. I think if that explanation was given to them, they were not going to follow Moses. It's the same thing even with us. All of us have a perfect mental picture of where we want to get to. The mystery of life is nobody knows what it's going to take for them to walk from point A to point Z. So you will discover the challenges as you go. Now, it's not about just starting a journey. It's about staying on the journey. It's about staying on the journey. If you give up, the mental picture is never going to come to pass. It's never going to come to pass. So Proverbs 29 verse 18 says, where there is no vision, people perish. I'm just going to quote the first part of the scripture, and then Habakkuk 2 verse 2 says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make eat plain upon tables, that he may run that reads it. So even God himself expects us to have a vision of where we are going. That's the whole point why Moses was told to say, the land you are going to is a land of milk and honey. So he had a vision of where he was going. Did he know what he was going to go through? No, he did not. He did not know. Equally, even as we don't know what we are going to go through. But do we have a perfect picture of where we're going? A number of us have. So there is a famous saying that says, aim at nothing and you will win at everything, but still not find fulfillment. At the end of your life, you must be able to find fulfillment in what you are doing. If you don't find fulfillment in what you are doing, then question if really that's the pathway that God wants you to take. So today we are talking about vision. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when somebody mentions the word vision? What's the first thing that comes to mind? What's the vision for your life? What's the vision? What's the vision for this company? What's the vision for this page? What's the vision for this thing that you're doing? There's always that question that comes. What is the vision? So maybe we'll just answer what vision is. So vision is defined as a clear mental picture of where you want to be in the future, or a clear mental picture of what you see yourself become in the near future. Other dictionaries or other websites define it as a roadmap to where you desire to be. Others will say a vision is a compass. It gives you direction to where you want to go. Yeah. So not many of us have figured out what our vision is. We are still in the process of knowing what we were called to do or why we are here on earth. Don't be ashamed to say you've not yet discovered what you're called to do or why you are here. It's okay. Not all of us know exactly why we're here. But I believe to say, as we continue to journey, even as we have this conversation, we'll be able to have some hints here and there to say, okay, this could be my vision. It's not always clear at the very beginning. There is no man who was born today and the next minute they know exactly what they were called to do. I don't know if there is any. But I believe to say, as we walk through life, as we take each and every step, as we look at ourselves, as we get to know about ourselves, as people tell us about ourselves, then we get to know exactly what our vision is. It's not always clear at the very beginning, but it will definitely get clear as we walk through this journey of life. All of us have a purpose. Everything in nature has got a purpose. So do you. You also have a purpose that you must be able to fulfill at the end of your life. Now, there is another thing that I would actually want to echo. The person you marry has a very great impact on your vision and where you get to at the end of your life. So even as you look for somebody to marry, even as you wait for somebody to come and marry you, make sure that have conversations that are centered around vision as well, so that you know whether you guys are going the same direction or not. Anyways, I digress. We are not talking about marriage. I digress. So the process is always a mystery. The process is always a mystery. From where you are to where you want to get to, that process in between is always a mystery. So why do many of us find it very difficult to know what our vision is or what our purpose is? Why is it very difficult? So it is very unfortunate that the society has painted a picture of what life should be like. Yeah, and a number of us feel so left behind. This is because of the mental picture that society has painted. Okay, at the age of 18, you should have been done with school. So if you are 20 and you're still in school, already you feel like you are behind. At the age of 25, you should have been done with school. At the age of 30, or probably maybe 29, you should have had your life figured out. All right? For a man, he's expected to have become financially stable, thinking of getting married, and all of those things. For a woman, she is expected maybe to get married at the age of 25 or before 30. So there is this picture that society has painted for all of us, and all of us are trying as hard as possible just to live through with the same picture that society has painted for us. But I beg to differ, all right? Times have changed, and not all of us have the same pathway. Not all of us have the same pathway. Not all of us have the same destiny. So the way of Walia's life is going to unfold is not the same way that my life is going to unfold. Yes, it's possible that at the age of 30, Walia could have figured everything out. He's maybe financially stable. Everything is going on great with him. But maybe at the age of 30, I am still struggling to find maybe a job, right? Maybe Mercy at the age of 26, 27, she's got it all. She's even about to get married and all of those things. And maybe at the age of 29, 30, I'm still very single. And maybe my mind is not even settled on the fact to say, I have to get married. Maybe I still have some certain things that I'm still planning for myself. So your pathway is not supposed to be defined according to what society says. You need to define your own pathway. It's okay for your pathway to be different from the rest of the people in the community or in the society. You are not James. You are not Peter. You are not Carol. You are not Messi. You are you. So you have to define what your pathway is going to be like. I hope that's clear. So number one is, a number of us find it very difficult for us to know exactly what our purpose is or what our vision is. This is because of external pressure, right? So a number of us are living our parents' dreams. Okay, your mother wanted to become a teacher, but she didn't really become a teacher, so she's pushed her children to become teachers. Your father didn't wanted to become a doctor, so he's also pushed his children to become doctors. So a number of us, so the external pressure, it's really like people are really enforcing what they want on us. Okay, like a parent who choose a career path for you, a parent who choose what a perfect partner looks like for you. And so the other thing is that the majority of the weddings that we've had are not the perfect weddings for the bride and the groom, are actually perfect weddings for our parents. Unfortunately. So there is a lot of external pressure. Hence, when things don't go the right way with probably maybe a career path or anything that we have decided to choose, we don't really want to take the responsibility, but we blame it on our parents because they forced us, or the people around us, they pushed us into that pathway. And sometimes even when you have chosen that pathway, you still don't find fulfillment because it is not something that is from your heart. So that's number one, external pressure. Then we lack a relationship with the creator. So you cannot, so it's like us saying fish can survive without water, or us saying a bird can survive without the sky or the trees. It's the same thing even with us. When we separate ourselves from our creator God, it becomes very difficult for us to know exactly what we were called to become. This is because we have been separated from the source. How do you then become, or how do you then know what you're supposed to do if you have separated yourself from the very same thing that gives you life or that sustains you? Jeremiah 29 verse 11 says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans not to harm you, but to give you hope and an expected end." I hope I have quoted it correctly. So everything in us comes from God. Therefore, if we are not connected to God, it becomes difficult for us to be able to manifest, because we are manifesting as what? We can only know our full identity if we are still connected to God, who is the source of our lives. So the reason maybe you are struggling with finding exactly what you were called to do or what your vision is, it could be probably maybe because you have not really worked on your relationship with God. So go back there. Go back there. Yeah. And then number 3 is we settle for what's easy and available. We have a big dream. We have a very big mental picture of what we want to become in the future. But because we anticipate the challenges that we can experience, so we just tell ourselves to say, I know, I would rather settle for something that is less challenging than going for something that is going to challenge me a lot. So we decide to settle for what's less, settle for what's comfortable. So if you are going to settle for something that's great, that's very comfortable and average, you may not really be happy in life. So even if your vision scares you, even if it terrifies you, even if you don't know where the source, the resources, where the resources are going to come from in order for it to become actualized, just go for it. The saddest thing that can ever happen to a person is to never live up to what they were supposed to do. It will haunt you in your adult life. In your old adult life, it will haunt you. So don't settle for something less than you would actually want. If the dream is big, if the dream is bigger than Africa, don't settle for Zambia. Try as hard as possible to still pursue it. At least, even if you fail, you would have settled with, I tried. But if you don't try and just settle for something that's less, we don't want you to live a sad life at the end of the day. And then we lack truth and knowledge about ourselves. Some of us have not really taken time to know ourselves very well, to know what our strengths are, to know what our weaknesses are. Hence, we settle for whatever that we can settle for because we don't really know exactly who we are. We don't really know exactly what we are, what we can do, what we're capable of. So it's very important that you actually learn or get to know yourself better if you have to know what your vision is all about. Don't follow what the society has painted to be a perfect future. Paint for yourself what you can become based on your strengths and your weaknesses and based on the things that God will reveal to you to say this is your purpose. Right? No, yeah. Then number 5, we are saying distractions. So there is so much going on in life. There is so much going on in life. Everything is in a rush. Like before you realize it, I'm the age I turned. Guys, when? How? Life is so fast. Okay, life is so fast, and a number of us are so caught up with work that we've forgotten about our passions, that we've forgotten about the things that we dreamt of when we were 12. We've forgotten about all of those things because we are now working, we're now parents, we're now aunties, we are whatever that we have become. So we have kind of neglected ourselves because of the distractions that are around us. Work is exhausting, family is demanding, social media is competitive. It's just a lot. There is theft for intelligence property. There's just like a lot going on. So at the end of the day, a number of us have just like given up on our dreams, given up on the things that we desired to do with all our hearts because of the distractions. Please live the best life that you can live. Don't let life steal from you the very same things that give you what? The word has gone. That give you the drive. Yes. Don't give up on those things that used to keep you awake at night. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on them. So why is vision very important? Yeah, like why is vision very, 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 very important? So number one, we are saying it gives you direction. So when you know exactly, when you have a clear mental picture of what you want to become, it becomes very easy for you to follow through to say, okay, this is what I want to achieve. The goal is to become this, the goal is to become that. So this is the direction that I am going to walk in. And that also helps you to avoid certain things or to avoid certain challenges, because you would have known to say the goal or the direction is this pathway. So I think a number of people have given an example of, for example, if you are going to, what's the easiest place that I can speak of? For example, if you're going to Solwezi, okay, you're coming from Lusaka, you're going to Solwezi. So you know the destination is Solwezi. You know the direction is towards Solwezi. So even as you walk, or even as you drive, or maybe if you're using a public transport, even as you walk from Lusaka to Solwezi, you will find a lot of stops along the way, but you will not drop off because you know exactly where you are going. Direction in life is very, very, very important, because it also helps you make the right choices. Yeah. So, and then number two is that it helps you build up motivation, because you know to say the future says this. If I want to become what I have dreamt of myself becoming, I can't afford to give up. And you will be willing to pay the price because you know where you want to get to. You will not wait for people to come cheer you up, to come praise you, or to come push you in order for you to start, because you know to say at the back of my head, in the next 10 years, this is what I want to achieve. Therefore, you will do it at all cost. You will tell yourself to say, I have to do this at all cost without fail. Then number three is that it creates an identity for you. In a world where everybody wants to become everything and anything, when you have a vision, you will have an identity of your own. You will not wake up today, you are you are a doctor, tomorrow you are a shan, tomorrow you will have an identity of your own. And it's so unfortunate that our generation is really struggling with identity. Like there's a lot of identity crisis. Today, this person wants to become like this one. Tomorrow, this one wants to become like this one. So when you have a vision of your own, you will know what you stand for. You will know what your values are. You will know what you can do and what you can't do, because you have a vision to protect and you have a vision to achieve. The number four is that it builds legacy. A vision will outlive you. You know, there was a time that I really had, I think me and God had, I can't really say an argument. I was so stressed about something. Look at myself putting myself out. It's sad. There is only water today. Anyways, I will complain nicely at the end. So what happened was, sorry for that, that was just a commercial break. So what happened was, I really stressed about the writings. Like I really stressed about everything. I think almost those are points that my life felt like was on a pause. Yeah, that my life felt like it was on a pause. So I remember going to God. I was like, God, this was not a plan. Um, you promised this and this and this and this, and if you were not ready to actually bring these things to pass, you shouldn't have put it in my head in the first place. And I felt like somebody was telling me the vision is bigger than you, Jay. That's how I felt like somebody was telling me the vision is bigger than you. It's not about you. No, what do you mean? It's not like you're just a part of it. It's not about you. It's about the people. It's about the nations. It's bigger than you. It's not completely about you. You are just a part of it. So it's the same thing even with a vision. A vision is supposed to outlive you. It's not just about you. You being a doctor is not about you. You being a wife is not about you. You being a husband is not about you. You being a director at church is not about you. You owning that business, it's not about you. You are just a part of the bigger picture, which is to save lives, which is to help humanity, to serve God. So you're just but a piece in the bigger puzzle. So your vision is supposed to outlive you. Okay? It's supposed to outlive you. It's supposed to outlive you. That's the whole point where the Bible says a wise man leaves an, is it a righteous man? A righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children. It's all about vision. It's all about vision. You cannot leave an inheritance if you do not have a vision. I hope it's clear. So now let's talk about so remember, this is the spotlight where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the first set of purpose. I'm always excited to be here. Like I'm always happy to be here. I'm always happy to be here. Yeah, so remember to tag somebody, mention somebody's name, share, and follow. Yeah, tell somebody to come follow the page and interact with the page as well. Yeah, this is our home for all of us. Yeah. So we jump into practical ways to know your vision. So number one, God is the source of our vision. God is not crazy. He is not mad that he will create a whole human being like you and me without a purpose. I don't really think God is is that cruel that he will bring you as a person in this world without a purpose. Even if they call you a junkie today, or even if people have written you off in this life, I believe to say God has not yet written you off because you are still alive. You are not an accident. Irregardless of how you were born, irregardless of how you came into this world, you are not an accident. God has a purpose for your life. God has a purpose for your life. You matter to him. You may not really feel like you matter, but you are so important to God. And the only way for us to know what our purpose is for us to actually go back to our source. Let's build a relationship with God in order for us to know exactly why he has called us into existence. There is no life outside Christ. There is no life outside Christ. I know some people will beg to differ because they found fulfillment and all of those things, but I feel that without Christ, without a relationship with God, with our Creator, it's very difficult for you to actually live a meaningful life. So it's not too late for you to go back to God. It's not too late for you to go back to God. So pray about your vision. Ask God for direction. Ask God for guidance. Ask him to say, God, help me, align me with my purpose. Let me know exactly why you created me. Exactly why am I on earth? And God in his faithfulness, I believe he is not selfish that he will tell you to say, go figure it out on your own. He is not like that. He would definitely guide you. He may not speak to you audibly to say, oh, this is your vision, but he will speak through people. He will speak to you through nature. He will speak to you through you yourself. That's how faithful our God is. So go back to God and ask him, what was the plan for my life? What is predestined for me? What is it that you have written that I will come and do in this world? And in his faithfulness, he will be able to guide you. So that's number one. Practical ways of knowing what our purpose is. God is the source of our vision. So go back to God and ask him. Then number two, what are your passions and values? Your purpose is greatly derived from the things that you find fulfillment in when you do. Are you a singer? Do you find fulfillment when you sing? Are you a writer? Are you a fixer? Like whenever there is something that's broken, you pick it up, you fix it. What is it that you're so passionate about? What is it that you love so much that you can freely do? That if you did it today, you'd actually go to bed with a smile on your face to say, yes, I did it. I did it. Those are some of the things that are actually going to help you know exactly what your passion, know exactly what your vision is through your passions and the things that you value. Weekly? Weekly? Yeah, I hope weekly. So number 3 is write down your vision. Whatever that God will speak to you, either through your dreams, through people, your passions, write it down. It's very, very, very important that you write down whatever that is upon your heart. It's very important because even when you sway away from it, even when you deviate away from it, it will be very easy for you to actually remember it once you come back maybe to that notebook to say, this is what you had written down, to say, okay, in the next 5 years, I'm going to become this. In the next 10 years, I'm going to become this. When you write it down, it actually sinks upon your heart. You actually have a witness to say, this is what I am going to become. So make sure that you write that vision down. Make sure you write whatever that you want to become in the near future. That's the whole point why we all write end of year or beginning of year resolutions, because the resolutions that we write every year are there to help us achieve the bigger picture, which is the vision. So continue doing that. Keep writing. Whatever idea that you have, if you start praying about it, whatever idea that you have, write it down. Whatever that comes, whatever somebody says, write it down. And then you will see eventually as time goes by, you will be able to come with a complete thing of what you were called to actually become. Then number 4 is start small. Start doing the things that you love and learn more about them. Adjust where need be. Start doing what you love, learn more about it, adjust where you need to adjust. So if, for example, maybe you love teaching, you are naturally a person that loves to teach people, start learning more about teaching. If you are a speaker, start learning more about speaking. If you are an entrepreneur, start learning more about entrepreneurship. Invest your time, your energy in that thing. Remember, at the very beginning, we said it's not just about starting, it's about staying in the thing that you have started. So you are not going to start today, tomorrow you change your mind to start something else. Make sure that if you start something, that you put in your very, very best in order for you to actually achieve that thing that you have started learning. And eventually, as you learn, as you invest in it, you will be able to pick up the pieces, and then before you realize it, boom, it's going to actually become a big thing. Yeah? So remember, we said, number 1, God is the source of our vision. Without God, we can't know exactly what we were called to be. The number 2 is that what do you value? What are your passions? Then number 3, we're saying, write your vision down, the things that you love doing, whatever that people are going to communicate to you, whatever God that is going to communicate to you, write it down. Then number 4, we're saying, start small and stay in whatever that you start. Learn more about whatever that you have started. So remember, this has been the Spotlight, where we have meaningful conversations that edify, equip, and ignite the pursuit of purpose. And today, just like any other amazing Saturday, we were talking about vision. To say vision is a mental picture of where you see yourself in the future. It's very important that you have a vision, because where there is no vision, people perish. Where there is no vision, people slack. Where there is no vision, people get distracted with a lot of things. And what I am saying is this: in a case where you had a vision, you had a plan for your life, and along the way there were things that distracted you, there were things that made you to deviate from the vision, it's not too late for you to come back to the vision. It's not too late. Each and every day that we are given is a chance for us to do it the right way. So you can still go back to the vision and be able to achieve it. In conclusion, we're saying you will definitely get there if you don't give up. So this has been the Spotlight. With me, Chilecha Joyce Mukonta. Until then, we're saying bye-bye and God bless you all.